Hello, Aquarius, and welcome back to New Hope Tarot, where we will be doing your weekly reading for the week of April 15th through April 21st. I have meditated upon the cards and I have pre-shuffled, but as always, I will shuffle live. During meditation, Spirit showed me a queen, and I can't be certain because the imagery on every single deck is so different, but I believe it was the Queen of Wands. Regardless of which queen it is, a queen represents, of course, regalness, right? But it's a way that they carry themselves. It's about knowing how, like, really observing the room, understanding the energies and what is being said without having it said. That's what I got with that particular queen. It's also about somebody that, as I was saying, you observe more than you say. It's kind of like holding back, but not like in a secretive way, but just more in an understanding way. I don't know how that's going to resonate with you guys or this reading, but we'll find out. Spirit also wanted me to use this ginormous deck, which I really like the imagery of, but they're just so huge. So I shuffle horribly. Whoa, as I say that, I shuffle terribly with these cards. So we're going to get energies. This is going to be your overall energy. And obviously, this is not your overall energy unless, you're a disaster and, then quite possibly, but we're not doing that. Spirit said, no, don't do all of that. And yes, we're going to address this clear card here in just a moment. Okay, that's the card. The Hangman. I mean, this is such a huge card, or huge deck. It's ginormous. It's the Druid deck, and I put underwear on him to make sure that, YouTube police does not come get me. All right, so we have the Hangman, and we have clear. May you see things as they are. This is precisely the energy I was picking up with that queen. You observing, male, female, don't worry about gender. This is about you observing and taking things in so that you understand things, not thinking, not judging, just observing and really seeing things for what they are. You gain the most knowledge by doing that. Hangman, same energy. Literally the same energy. You pausing. That was one of the very first things that I said. Yes, you're regal, but you go in and you observe. You don't really say much. You just kind of observe. And that's what this is. Both of these together is literally what I got with the queen energy. It's about really, and then knowing there's a Skype back over here, by the way. Knowing when it's time to say, okay, now it's time for me to say something, or knowing that you have enough information to either say something or to cut yourself down and say, you know what, I'm going to free myself of whatever this particular situation is, whatever that looks like. That's when you use that Skype after long observation. Okay, let's take a look at cards here. Let's see what we have. What is coming up for Aquarius for the week of the 15th through the 21st? Let's see what we got for you. Whoa, did you see that flip over? Ooh, the High Priestess. Somebody's gaining knowledge, and there's the Hangman again. Wow, 3 major arcanas. Are you joking me? Major changes. They want this one too. Okay. This week is going to, so it's either this week or the week after. Time's very fluid with the universe, but a situation is going to arise that really requires you to see things for what they are with the Queen. And then all of this is really about taking the time before you go and do something, right? I mean, literally all of these cards, this is a major life change, major event, not necessarily life change, possibly life change, but I feel like this is something that isn't, you shouldn't take this lightly, whatever this decision is, because we have the High Priestess here, which is about, yes, touch base with your intuition, but sometimes we're guided by what our needs and wants are. So sometimes we are misled by what our intuition is really saying, because sometimes it's about what we want and we misinterpret that. All right, so sometimes we go by we feel this, but is that really what we're feeling, or is that just something that we really, really want, so therefore we want that feeling there, right? That's not anything I have ever said with the High Priestess, but in this particular situation, I feel like it's very important to say, mainly because Spirit told me to say it. But and not only that, but there's a consistency between all of this, which is clear. And then Hangman, I mean, and if we have the Hangman around, it's like, don't just go by your gut feeling. Also really consider a lot of different things so you don't trip up here. And then look at the clear around the High Priestess. Don't just go by the happiness that you're feeling. Dig deep and really find out what's happening, all the ins and outs. Observe like the Queen, observe, and then make that decision. All right, with the Temperance, balance everything out, really figure out all the pros and cons before you move forward, right? Before you move forward, you're not moving forward here. This is the Six of Swords in reverse. Before you move forward, look at all of the thinking that needs to happen, right? Before you move forward, okay? Because there's something that's happening. I don't know what it is, but there's something that's going to be occurring here that is a major, major event. So before you jump into it, really, really, really reconsider everything that you're doing. Okay. I only normally do 3 cards, but Spirit wanted 4, so I went ahead and I did the 4. I think it's only right to follow what they want us to do. All right, so with the High Priestess, 7 of Swords. Remember I was talking about the High Priestess and about really grounding yourself, and don't just go by what you think your gut is saying, but really know what the intuition is saying. One and the other, they're not the same thing, right? Because you could just be excited right now and then confuse that with the feeling of intuition, which many people do. Nothing wrong with that. I've done it. Everyone's done it. With the 7 of Swords, this is talking about be strategic, see things for what they are, take that time away and really plan, really strategize. Okay, like in your mind, okay, if I do this, what is this going to look like? Etc., 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 right? This is the Seven of Swords, which, yes, it could be, lie, cheat, steal, right? So this could be, don't lie to yourself. Don't cheat yourself out of a situation. Don't lie to yourself about a situation. Whatever that is, don't just go by your gut feeling. Do your due diligence. This is strongly, strongly indicated here in this reading, Aquarius. We have the Knight of Wands with the Hangman. What this is saying, because the Knight of Wands is about going fast, but if you look at this Knight of Wands, obviously this Knight of Wands isn't on a steed or anything like that. There's a pondering about this Knight of Wands, right? It's like, okay, I will move forward after I really considered all of my options. Then I will get on my steed and then I will move towards the direction that I need to go. But I need to plan things out first. That's what this Knight of Wands is saying. He's not on a horse. He's thinking. The Temperance. This is about stability. So whatever this decision is about or tied into this stability. And as I say the word tied, I am called to bring these up, right? You're tied up here, and you're tied here, right? Do you see the difference between the two hangman? This guy is unable to talk. He's got something around his mouth, but he's tied up here. He's thinking, but whenever he can, he'll be able to just cut this off and fall. This guy is just free as can be, but he's really tied in. Like it's something that's really, it's tied to a lot of parts of your life is what I'm seeing here. Like here before, I feel like that it only really was about things that were, maybe you were just thinking about, because this is your current energy, maybe you're just thinking about how it's going to affect you, right? No one else. Versus this feeling, this hangman, is more about how is it going to affect everybody else in my life that matters to you. Let's say you have children. Let's say you'll have a job. I'm not talking about the other people that have zero influence in your life, right? You live your life for you. You don't live your life for somebody else. I will say that over and over again. This is really about how will it affect my current financial situation, my emotional situation? How will it affect my spirituality? How will it affect all that makes me me? How will it affect me? That's when you know you have found and you've weighed all the pros and cons attached to all of those things. That's when you know that you have come up with this solid decision. Okay, now I have my foundation. Now I know how I should move forward, right? Because I balanced everything out. I have pondered everything, right? This is saying it's going to take some strength for you to really not jump on board and look inward. Because the Six of Swords is about moving forward, right? And if it were here, see, she's just moving alone. Normally in the Six of Swords, she's moving alone. She's moving with a child and somebody else is behind them actually doing the rowing. In this particular card, it's just them. It's just me, myself, and I, right? Her, herself, and Irene. I don't know what the saying is, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's just her. But because it's in reverse, She needs to balance out all of the different aspects of her. And if you're with a family, then of course you have to tie in everything. Like say you have children, how will it affect your children, et cetera, et cetera. If this is, you don't have children, you don't have, a significant other, this is talking about how is it going to affect all of my interpersonal self, like everything that makes me up, which is what I said here. I need to dig deep within myself and not move so quickly, but that's going to take some strength. Because here you're hugging your inner strength. It's like you're trying to tame it in a very sweet way. You're caressing your inner strength, saying, all right, I need to calm myself down and not be in this I'm excited energy with this high priestess. I'm going to follow my instincts. No. Let's take a moment. Let's take a breathe. And literally all of this is about you taking a moment, taking a breath, and really pondering what is appropriate for you. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Well, it looks like a new situation is on the rise. So we have Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Two of Pentacles, along with Judgment on the bottom of the card. Okay, they want this one. Electric eel, bring your ideas to life. Okay. All right, and they want me to look at the bottom card. What does this say? Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. All right, so here what we have is really about, so this is really advice, but also additional information that you might not see coming. Of course, bring ideas to life, and yes, a rebirth is assured. Because I do feel like once you've made this decision, regardless of what decision it is you make, I feel like whatever clarity you're going to have will give you a new sense of freedom that maybe you didn't think you would have, okay? So this is talking about Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and Judgment. What we're talking about here is definitely a new communication, something that's going to be offered, maybe in communication. Maybe you have an idea that is connected to communication. And with this Two of Pentacles, what I'm actually getting, instead of decision, I feel like you have two really good ideas that can be blended in together to make something really, really great. That's what I'm seeing here for you. And then once you balance these two things out together, I feel like everything really falls in line, and it brings you here. I'm going to even bring this up to you. Can you see that? Do you see the chakras here? I feel like it's going to bring you the alignment that you require to stay balanced. Because I'm getting High Priestess energy with this particular card. I know that they look nothing alike, but they're very similar in energy to me, because The high priestess is supposed to be very centered, very balanced, very intuitive, right? But here I'm seeing all the chakras kind of aligned and being guided by spirit. Therefore, transformation happens with all the dragonflies, right? That's what I'm seeing in this particular judgment card. So I feel like whatever idea it is you have, talk to somebody about it. Talk to somebody about it, because I feel like whatever it was, whatever this situation is, before you jump into it, it could be that much better. And maybe a rebirth is assured by that. Something new. Because that spirit is number 5, which is about change. Electric eel is 24, number 6, which is about balance. Right? So this change will bring balance, but you have to mesh them together. Whatever this is, that's what I'm seeing here for you. We're talking about balance here. Like we have balance. And I talked about balance here too, right? And then we have the 6 of swords. That's a lot of 6s going on here. Well, this isn't a 6. Neither is this, but it's still balance. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing here for you, my dear Aquarius, for this particular week. So before you jump on in, think about it. Think about it. Don't move so quickly. Find that balance. Try to mix these two things together, whatever that is, because it's going to be better for you in the end. Not only for the project itself or the person or whatever that is, but for your overall balance as well. Okay? Until we meet again, I really do hope that this resonated with you. Leave a comment if it did. And remember that when to click that subscribe button, I go by energy. Whatever spirit gives me, that's what I go by. When you click that subscribe button, that's what allows your energy to be exchanged here. And I'm better able to connect with that energy. All right. Until we meet again. Bye, Aquarius. Have a great week.